Good morning, good morning. How you guys doing on this winning Wednesday? I'm sitting here at my house, and so I'm getting ready to start my day, and I thought I would jump on here. Hi, Andrea. How are you? I wanted to start my day, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on here. I've had such bad reception lately with my phone, and I'm just like, what is going on with my Facebook Lives, right? So I'm like, let me jump on here, and I'm so glad to see you guys on there. I wanted to jump on here today on this Winning Wednesday and just kind of just talk to you guys a little bit because man, there's so much going on this month, and the different conversations that I've been having with everyone. Thank you. I appreciate that. The different conversations I've been having, and it's kind of put me in the mind frame of people just don't, one, they don't understand what you do, and two, they're just so leery, you know what I mean? They're so leery about what you do. And it's like, I don't know, if you guys have caught my Facebook Lives, you guys know that I have such a heart for my community. I have such a heart for people. My background is, or I would say, I don't know, my testimony is basically I grew up as a foster kid, and for some reason, you know, I grew up being the underdog, you know what I mean? I really grew up being the underdog. I never felt like I had the right people in my life. I never felt like, you know, really that I got a lot of help from other people, and I just always felt like that person that was always just trying to dig through it to make something happen, and finally in my life, the way that I am now, most of you may not know, and I'll tell my age. You know what? I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, I'm 47. I'm going to be 48 this year, right, Andrea? And you know what? I'm like, I'm embracing that. I love it because I think about the different times in my life, the different seasons of my life, and when I look back, it's like some of it was great and some of it wasn't so great. It wasn't, but it has developed me into be the person that I am today. And so I'm just grateful for it. And I'm grateful that I still am here. I'm grateful that I still have breath in my body. You know, there's some people that didn't make it. I mean, I have a few friends that didn't make it. And it's like when I really think about it, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that, you know, I have my health. I'm grateful, you know, that I have my family. And yeah, has the adversity hit? Yes, adversity has hit. You know, on the 29th, you know, is the year anniversary of losing my son to suicide. And this month has been really crazy, if I'd be really honest with you guys today. This month has been really crazy. My emotions have really been all over the place. But I don't know, somehow God is kind of just, that's the one thing he's been faithful with me in my life is he's allowed me to see the good in the ashes, you know. For some reason, he always somehow, there's ashes everywhere, it's dark, and somehow he'll just show me that little light, right? So I'm such the optimistic person, you know, so it's like I find the good in everything, you know, most of the time I do, right? And it's like, and even with that, and it's heavy on my heart, and I still look to, and the key thing, I look to purpose. That's what it is. That's what drives me. It's because I have a purpose in my life. And I know that anything that I face in my life is because of that purpose that I continue on, you know, and I'm so grateful for that because there's a lot of people out there that don't have that. You know, there's a lot of people out there that struggle every single day, and they have no hope in their life. And hope has been the one thing that has been like my lifeline, you know, and it's like, because I can see a hope in the situation, I'm able to continue on, you know. It's those times that when you're down and you're struggling and you don't have the words to speak, and you maybe don't have the money you need, and you know you got bills piling up, and you know things are happening in your family and no one's getting along, and just when all that adversity hits, it's like, what drives you, what holds you, what anchors you? And for me, it's always been God. It's always been God. And it's like, for me, it's like I could lose everything in this life. Like, seriously, I could lose everything, possessions, everything. But as long as I have him, I know I'll be all right. Like, seriously. And that's how real it is to me. And the more days that go by, I realize that all that other stuff, all that other stuff really doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, like for me, like if you're not being real and authentic with yourself and your family and being able to just be real, then what are you doing, man? Because at some point, we all are going to leave this life. And for me, and not everybody's like me, some people are just barely making it through. They're working their 9 to 5. They're just so like miserable. They're miserable because I was miserable. I've been working since I was 16 years old, and I was so miserable. I worked for a company. I liked my employer. Don't get me wrong. I liked him. He's a Christian, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't him, but it was just the daily grind every day, having to report to someone else, having to be micromanaged, to be told when I could do this and when I can't do this. That's what, I was so tired of this. If I just want to one day just go to the beach and I don't want to go to work. I want to go do that. If I want to have a good morning and have breakfast and take my time to get up, I want to do that. But because we are so in this grind of going to a job and trading our time for money, we have been trained to do that. And you have to realize that. And if you don't realize that, then I'm waking you up today. Open your eyes. That's what we're doing. And you can have freedom. A lot of times the people who actually live here in America, that's what I'm talking about. We are so conditioned to not see opportunity. We are so conditioned to just go work that 9 to 5. And before we know it, I forgot there's this rule, I think it's the 40-40-40 rule or something like that. You work for 40 hours for 40 years and whatever. But it's like we do that. And then we get to the age of 60s, 60, 65, and we're supposed to retire. But the reality of it for the baby boomers who are retiring, for the Gen X's, we're Gen X, right, Andrea? we're Gen X. We're Gen X. See, I'm forgetting that. But yeah, we're Gen X's. So for us, we're getting there. You know what I mean? But we're not quite there. But if we're not preparing right now, then we're going to be like some of the baby boomers. Because if you know anybody who's a baby boomer, a lot of times if they didn't plan, unfortunately, they're still working. And they're going back to work at 65, 68, sometimes 70. And for me, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person. And so my prayer for you today, if you're a baby boomer, if you're a Gen X, even if you're next generation, to start looking into your financial plan. Start looking into your retirement. The way life insurance works, for those of you who may not know, life insurance works, the earlier you get it, the better it is. Because one, our health is better, our situations are better. They do a very thorough check. They really do, because that's a lot of money they're paying out. And if you don't think that life insurance is real, it is real. It's very real. And people are getting payouts, to their beneficiary because, their loved one has passed away. So I don't know. I'm learning that being a life insurance agent is definitely creating a life of significance for me, and it's definitely I don't know, just it's adding to my purpose, because I know my purpose is to pour into people. I know my purpose is to encourage people, is to bring about hope, and definitely learning more and more about what God has destined me to be here for. And I know that I'm here to help the normal person who is going through different things. It's ingrained in me. And if you know me, it's ingrained in me. Whatever flows out of you easily, that's part of your purpose, really. If you haven't figured that out yet, that's part of your purpose. And so, what flows out of you easily? The love of God, to me, flows out of me easily. The encouragement flows out of me easily. It doesn't take much. And I just know it's ingrained in me, and so it frees very easily with me. And so this season in my life, I am putting myself in a position to coach other women, and I know there will be men as well, but I am really putting myself in that position to help women who, one, don't think that they can do it. Some of you don't know my background. I didn't grow up with much. I grew up in a foster home at age 5, and I knew my mother, but I didn't know my father. I never knew my father, and I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I grew up poor. I didn't have a lot. I really didn't. And I could think of some stories. I just went all the way back to what my clothes used to be. I just went all the way back right now. That's so funny how the memory works. But yeah, it's like I didn't grow up with a lot. And so there's days where I'm very content with not a lot. And that's why I renew my mind every day, because I have to renew my mind and think bigger, because I want more for my life. I want more for my children. And I've had to go through that training. And that's why a lot of people cannot move into the greater things in life, because they're in a box. They're in a box and they don't know how to think outside that box. And it takes people who are going through it. It takes people who pour into them, who care about them, to kind of open their eyes to it, like take the blinders off. And I've had to do that, and I've been working really hard for like at least probably the last 4 years, if not longer than that. It's been longer than that, because I remember there was a time where I was reading anything self-help. I was reading it, and that's helped to develop me into the person that I am today. Do I have it all together? No, I don't, but I am definitely working really, really hard to change my mindset and how I view myself. I had to love myself, because there was a point in my life that I didn't like myself. I thought I was ugly. There was so many things. I could sit here and talk about a whole bunch of different things, but it's because I didn't love myself, and I didn't think I was worthy. And I'm learning. I'm learning that I am worthy. I'm learning that I do have value, and I do have purpose, and you do too. But it's just taking that time to get to that point in your life. And a lot of us are not there. And it's going to take some work. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take some work. Being on this entrepreneurial journey, it has pushed the boundaries of my beliefs. Okay, because I believe that God is going to bless me. I believe that God has people out there who I'm supposed to talk to, who are supposed to be part of my organization, who want better out of life, who are tired of working that 9 to 5, or maybe they just want to supplement their income. There are people out there like that, where they don't want to quit their 9 to 5. When I first started this, I didn't quit my 9 to 5. I was doing it part-time. And so sometimes that is all you need, is just something to supplement, $1,000 a month or whatever, until you really change your mind on wanting more out of life, And so that's why my heart goes out to baby boomers, and my heart goes out to Gen X generation, because I know with the Gen X generation, we're workers. You know what I'm saying? We about to hit it hard. We definitely know how to work, and the baby boomers know how to work too. And we have that work ethic, but it's like, at what point are we going to work towards things that are going to help our family? You know what I mean? And get out of the mentality of, let me do it for somebody else, but I don't deserve it. No, you do deserve it. And it's not as hard as you think it is. It is work. Don't get me wrong. It is work, because being an entrepreneur, you got to get out there every day. And you don't have that accountability, unless you have a coach, which I do have coaches. Thank the Lord. I have coaches that help me. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. It's like, if you're in that dead end job and you're just tired of it, or you need more money. We all need more money, right? Then I'm telling you, put a 1 in the comments. Let me connect with you. If you're local in the Ventura County area, I'm having a financial literacy meeting this Saturday at 4 o'clock. If you're interested in going to that, put a number 2 in the comments, and I will connect with you and let you know when that meeting's or where that meeting is going to be taking place. And then I'm just like, I don't know. I just feel sometimes like people just don't know your heart, and I think they just take for granted that because they get in touch with different people and different people are treating them wrong, they just don't trust people. And that's the honest truth. You don't trust people, and you think they're just trying to work you or scam you, or I don't know. And it's like, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They generally want to help, generally want to see you succeed, genuinely want to see you have a better life. Because I know there are a lot of people out there hurting. You know, I've been there. I've been in that dark place, and it's like, there's so much more to life. There really is. And it just takes a decision for you to just go after it, you know, and a lot of times we just settle. And I'm just encouraging you today to not settle. Don't settle for the life that has kind of just happened for you. If you want something different, you got to work harder towards something different. Man, the last year has been a roller coaster for me. And it took me having to get out of my comfort zone, especially with the loss of my son. It took me to just say, you know what? You have something deep inside of you that is burning, that you are supposed to be greater than you are. You're supposed to do something big. Do you get that in your spirit? Because I mean, I'm like, I know I'm not the only one that thinks, man, there's just so much more to my life. There's so much more things in life that are greater that I'm supposed to do. But if I'm sitting here behind this desk for 40 hours, living half my life away, working for someone else, I don't have the financial freedom and stability that I want to have, I'm never going to get it because I'm sitting behind that desk. You got to stop doing the things that you don't want to do. Why do we do that? Why do we waste our life doing that? When all it takes is a decision. Now, is it scary? Heck yeah. It's so scary. It's scary to jump out there. It's scary to, do things that you're not comfortable doing. But it just takes a decision. That's it. And that's why I'm on here today, because I want to impress upon you. I know that there are people who will connect with me because it's part of destiny, it's part of purpose that you are connected with me. If you're still watching me, it's because you are connected with me. You know what I mean? And it's like there is something that I am saying that you identify with. And I'm telling you, just like me, you can make a decision and start the plan of things changing in your life. But it's not going to be always comfortable. It's not always going to be easy. I promise you that. But if you don't quit, then you can have success as well. You know what I mean? And to me, success is not determined by a number. Success is not determined by a plateau. Success is determined to me by the happiness that you walk in every day. You know what I'm saying? And reaching the goals that you have set before you. That's what success is to me. I just got a phone call. It's having peace, you know what I mean? And walking in that peace every day. So as I get closer to the 29th, the day that I lost my son to suicide, more and more it drives me to just be like, remember what you used to tell him. You know what I mean? Remember, we used to talk, me and him, we used to talk and be like, we're going to have a different life. And it means so much to me. And I don't want to be crying on this Facebook Live, but I'm just so passionate about what I want to obtain in life. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it for him. I'm going to do it for my other children because they deserve it. And you deserve it too. But you have to make a decision. Stop accepting what life has given you and reach for more. I heard this morning, I think it was coming from Tip. He was talking to that Wally guy. I think his name is Wally. But he was saying, it's like, He goes, how can you hold on to the grass and still reach for the stars? And I thought, wow, that's like, how can you? You know, and he was talking about how, you know, we try to roll in the dirt and continue to roll in the dirt, but then we want to try to look for diamonds. We can't do that. You got to give up something. You got to sacrifice. And a lot of times when we step out and do things, it's not what the norm is doing. But in the industry that I'm in, I have such awesome people that are around me, that embrace me, that encourage me, that are positive, that aren't going to quit, you know what I'm saying? And we fight hard. We fight hard every single day for each other, because that's what we do. And we fight to win in whatever we do. And so if you don't have that positivity around you, if you don't have people in your life, connect with me, because I would love to be your coach. And like I said, do I have it all together? Heck no, I don't. But I know I have a vision and I have a purpose, and you do too. So it's time to walk in it. It's time to make the decision. None of us are getting any younger, you know what I'm saying? And if you're a baby boomer, even more so, you got to connect with me, because I know people probably telling you, oh, you're too old to do that. Oh, you know, you already worked your time and now it's time to go relax. Well, you know that you're going back to work. So let's be truthful about that. Not everybody has settled things in their life to where now they can go vacation. There's some. Don't get me wrong, but then there's some of you who are still working that job, and you're 68 and you're 70 and you're busting your butt. And I'm telling you, there is an opportunity that is out there that you can do something more rewarding with your life than what you're doing. So I'm done. I don't know what this was, but I praise God for it on this Winning Wednesday. Thank you for embracing the journey with Desiree Galeo. Thank you for your comments. Remember, if you want to attend my financial literacy meeting here locally in Ventura, I just put a 2 in the comments, and I will send you the address of where that's going to be located. If you like my Facebook Lives, you know, make sure you put on the notifications so you'll be notified every time that I go live. And remember, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Desiree Galeo. And I will be talking to you soon. Have a wonderful Wednesday. And remember, I'm always looking for new people to join my organization. I would love to be your coach. Connect with me today and have a wonderful Wednesday.